morning, dear students. Today I am going to explain business environment subject and unit 1, which belongs to introduction of business environment. Yes, first of all, let us know the concept of business. Yes, there are two concepts, that means old or traditional concept of business as well as modern concept of business. All of you know that what is the basic concept of business. Earning profit or maximization of profit is to be considered the basic objective from earlier days. In those days, we know that business people aimed at maximizing the profit at any cost. That means in turn amount which in turn to concentration of wealth and economic power. In those days, the main object of the business people is to maximize their profit, and for the maximization of profit, yes, by maximizing their profit, some concentration of wealth and economic power was also occurred. But what about the modern concept of business? Instead of concentrating on the maximization of profit, modern business concentrates on the concept of profit come service base and the concept of profit through service. According to these two concepts, what is the beginning one? Profit maximization concept is profit maximization. Nowadays, it was replaced by profit comes service concept, which means earn profit. If you can provide best quality products at reasonable prices to your customers, instead of maximization of profit, we have to concentrate on the providing quality and quantity of goods at reasonable prices. By that, what happens? The customers will satisfy. By satisfaction of the customers, we are able to maximize our profit. The concept of profit through service is the another one. At present, the concept of profit through service became popular and widely accepted by the modern business people. With the help of this concept, profit through service, we are responsible. That means business is responsible to play some vital role in maximizing their profits. And another one, meaning of business environment. What do you mean by environment? Nothing but the surroundings or the nothing but the surroundings. Business environment refers to all external internal factors which have bearing on the functioning of the business enterprise. Each and every business enterprise is affected by its environment which appears around it. It refers to those aspects of the surroundings of the business enterprises and circumstances of business which affect its activities and decides its effectiveness. That means the environment which is surrounded by the business may affect its activities as well as effectiveness of the business enterprise. And next one, what is the nature of business environment? Yes, always the business environment must be dynamic. That means which is changeable according to the environment. Uncertain. The nature of the business is always uncertain. Nobody knows what will happen in the future or what is happening at present exactly. And the complexity. The modern business operations are more complex and interrelated. Each and every business activity is interrelated and relative. The environment which is relative to the business people must be considered while assessing the environment of our business organization. The factors which affect the business environment, let us know. First one is economic factors. What do you mean by economic factors? Which involves money or money's worth generally. Every facet of our daily life, from employee well-being to a company's growth, is influenced by the state of the economy. That means from the employee to company growth, each and every aspect is affected by the economy of the country or state or the region. Political factors, always the political factors will influence the business environment. For example, the government policies, that means changes in trade, tariffs and tax policies have a significant impact on the operations of the corporations. Directly, these factors will influence the environment of our business organization. Socio-cultural factors, population size, cultural trends, as well as demographics such as age, gender, ethnicity, and our socio-cultural influences. Generally, the population size of the market and population size of the area and demographics of the area, that means age, gender, and ethnicity, are directly influence our business environment. And another one is demographic factors, which enables them. This demographic factors will enable the business organization, their target market has changed and how they may improve their services to existing clients while also attracting new ones. The demographic factors involves the services which were rendered to the existing clients and how to attract the new ones. Technological factors, the technological factors which will affect the business environment are automation and internet connectivity. Nowadays we can't assume the business operations without automation and internet connectivity. Competitive factors, by keeping track of their competition, business people yes competitive factors, by keeping track of their competition, business may expand their market share and remain relevant to their customers. And another one is legal factors. The law that protects the intellectual property rights is an example of legal factor aspect that has an impact on our enterprise. So these are the factors which will influence our business environment, which is economic factors, which were influenced by the state of the economy, political factors, that means the government policies and the change in trade tariffs and tax policies, socio-cultural factors, the cultural trends and population size, age, gender and ethnicity and socio-cultural influences, demographic factors, technological factors, competitive factors and legal factors. All these factors will influence the business environment. And another one, significance or importance of study of business environment. What is the significance or importance of the business environment? First one is formulation of broad strategies and long-term policies. Yes, this one is the first one, the significance of the business environment. Let us study. The study of business environment provides relevant information about the current scenario and that serves as a basis for the formulation of broad strategies and long-term policies. First of all, what is the condition of the business environment and what is going at present? We should understand and we should evaluate the current scenario. According to that only we can make or we can formulate broad strategies and long-term policies. And another one is early grasp of opportunities. Yes, what is the significance and importance of a business environment? Why should we study the environment of the business? To take the opportunities which are available at present. Environmental awareness helps a business organization to take early advantage of opportunities instead of losing them to other entrepreneurs, because the opportunities which are accepted by the business organization, based on the opportunities only we are able to earn more profit. We are losing our opportunities, that means we are giving a chance to our competitors, which will turn into lose of profits. So it is always better to grab the opportunities as early as possible. And another one is identification of strength and weakness of the business. By studying the business environment, one can know, that means the entrepreneur or the owner of the business is able to know the strength of the business organization as well as individual, and the weaknesses of the business organization as well as his efficiency. Enhances adaptability. Yes, always the study of business environment, business managers can adjust themselves to the prevailing conditions and influence the environment as far as possible to make the congenial, that means friendly for the business. And another one is image building. By studying the business environment very keenly, it is always possible to build up the image of the organization. The image of a business can be improved to a great extent if the organization displays sensitivity to its environment. That means In order to do so, the business must understand its environment as well. And another one is helps in analysis of competitor strategies by the keen study of the business environment. The entrepreneurs or the business organization or the managers of the business are able to analyze the strategies of our competitors. By understanding the strategies of our competitors, we can move forward and we can take better decisions, and which can be turned into fruitful to the business organization. Enables the firm to meet future challenges. By studying the current scenario, we are in a position to meet the future challenges as well, keeping business flexible and dynamic. Yes, business leaders can control aspects of the internal environment that can positively or negatively affect a company's operating and financial results. However, the study of the business environment always keeps the business people flexible and dynamic. Features of current Indian economy. Let us know the what are the features of current Indian economy. Ours is a mixed economy at first. Ours is a mixed economy. India has emerged as the fastest growing major economy in the world. All of you know that. As a report published by the Economic Forum. Yes, according to this, India is having a mixed economy. And next one, before independence, Indian economy was a minimal government intervention in the economy. From independence in 1947 to the early 1990s, India was basically closed economy that was governed by according to the socialistic principles. Slowly, our economy turned into mixed economy with a greater role of public sector. However, after the liberalization, the scope of private sector has enhanced. So our economy is a mixed economy where public and private sectors are playing a key role in the development of the country. And liberalized economy. Liberalization means reduction in unnecessary restrictions and government control over business units and simplification of procedure. Yes, all of you know that before 1991, there were so many rules and regulations to establish new business organizations. That means controls like licensing system, reservation of industries for public sector and import license, quota system, foreign exchange control, price control were there. But after 1991, as a part of the LPG, liberalization, privatization and globalization, all such rules and regulations were abolished to an extent. Dominance of service sector in GDP, gross domestic product, all of you know that. Nowadays, our GDP consists a dominant portion of service sector, which provides a remarkable income or remarkable earnings in our GDP. Let us see. Earlier, Indian economy was known as agriculture economy, but nowadays it is familiarly known as service sector, which provides a lot of employment to the potential people of the country. And another one is emerging as global manufacturing hub. Nowadays, our India is becoming global manufacturing hub. Make in India and Made in India are the key initiatives taken up by the central government. Government's foreign trade policy, government reforms and inherent economic strengths have made India as one of the most sought after destination for foreign investments in the world. Because of these great initiatives taken up by the central government, now India become a global manufacturing hub. And another one is changing patterns in foreign trade. Earlier foreign rules and trade rules and regulations were very critical, but nowadays, because of the liberalization of the so many rules and regulations, it become very friendly to the foreign trade, very friendly in the foreign trade aspects. And another one is increase in per capita income. Because of the growth of Indian economy, nowadays there are so many employment opportunities. Because of such employment opportunities, the per capita income of the people has increased by 10% to 10.534 a month during the financial year ended March 2019, a study which reveals. And evolution of Indian economy. Yes, let us know the history of the Indian economy. First one, the rise of the private sector in 1980. the government's attitude towards the private sector finally began to change, and they started to liberalize certain restrictions. Slowly, the country economy started to grow. From 1980 to 2002, it grew by 6% annually, making it one of the best performing economies for 2 decades. And the next one of our Indian economy, feature of our Indian economy is the economic liberalization. That means which is known as familiarly LPG, liberalization, privatization and globalization, which was occurred during the 1991. LPG, all of you know that liberalization, privatization and globalization, this policy was opened by Indian government to the foreign investors and abolished the license laws. That means the tariffs and the interest rates were reduced and the public monopoly eventually ended. From the global perspective, it was a perfect opportunity as India had a growing youth population. A good section of the population was fluent in English and other foreign languages, and India promised considerably cheaper labor than other countries. Investments started to pour in our India. The maximum number of companies set shop in Bangalore under the governorship of S.M. Krishna, and it soon became known as the Silicon Valley of India. Yes, the policies initiated by the central government in the early 1991, that means according to the LPG, liberalization, globalization and privatization policies, at the time the Bangalore or the Karnataka became the Silicon Valley of India. And the Great Recession in 2008, yes, after the tremendous success which was attained by the India after LPG, but the Indian economy started after the Indian economy started flourishing until 2008, when things went down south. Although India did not face the major burn, it was a wake-up call. The IT industry, a golden ray in India's growing structure, laid off nearly 5 lakh employees. This is known as Great Recession which occurred in 2008. According to this Great Recession, so many countries suffered a lot. As a part of this Great Recession, India also suffered slightly. According to this Great Recession, in industrials, in IT sector, 15% of the 5 lakh employees lose their jobs. Also, the automation sector cut its employment by 4.79%, and the textile industry by 1.29%, and the jewelry industry by 11.9%. Yes. According to the Great Recession, India also suffered a lot by losing the employment by the employees. Demonetization in the year 2016 is another evolution in Indian economy. Demonetization shocked the citizens, and an even bigger shock to the economy. It slowed down many sectors, mainly because most of India is a cash heavy. As the line in front of banks and ATMs increased, the economy went through a short-term paralysis. The demonetization policy had two major aims. What are the main objects behind the demonetization by the central government? Just to curb the circulation of black money and to make India a digital and cashless economy. Yes. In keeping these 2 points in view by the central government, to curb the circulation of black money and to make the India a digital and cashless economy. So for that purpose, in 2016, that the central government took a decision regarding demonetization. But in short term, the industrial sector suffered a lot. And another one is the pandemic. In the year 2020 and 2021, the latest inclusion to very interesting economic history is COVID-19 pandemic. What started as the flu that would not last for more than a few weeks as we thought, but it was extended. It passed over a year as the nation grappled or faced with the lockdown, and the second and third waves of the virus only worsened the situation. The tested patients and the capacity of the economies is no way one could imagine. So the India also suffered a lot because of the pandemic in the year 2020-21. But in the wave of first wave, there was no casualty. But in the second wave and third wave, there is a lot of casualty, which has created a loss to Indian economy too. And types of business environment. There are broadly two types of business environments we can observe. What are they? Internal environment and external environment. Yes, the factors which involve in the internal environment are value system, the values, beliefs, attitudes of the founders of those, and the helm and the affairs has a strong influence on the working system, practices, and overall internal environment. For example, value system of Infosys and Tata's. Infosys views its employees as its key resource. It also provides innovative compensation and benefit packages as training, assets, acquisition, and loans, etc. And another one is internal environment of item, mission and objectives, and another one is organizational structure, and another one is quality of human resources, which are physical resources and technological resources, and another internal environment factor is company image and brand equity. And another one is external environment. There are two parts in external environment: micro environment and macro environment. Under micro environment, which comes under micro environment, customers, suppliers, competitors, market intermediaries, public and workers will come under micro environment, and study of individuals. And macro environment, under which economic environment, political and legal environment, socio-cultural environment, demographic environment, technological environment, and natural environment, and global or international environment comes under macro environment. Thank you, dear students.